Think you can survive the wildest corners of Earth? What if the danger wasn't in jungles or volcanoes, but in the icy silence of Greenland? A place where beauty can kill, where a wrong step could send you beneath a glacier or into an ice cave that might never let you out. This isn't just a list, this is a survival test. Let's see if you could make it through Greenland's 10 most dangerous natural wonders. Stay to the end, because the last one might just haunt you tonight. Let's begin. If you're into deadly beauty, extreme landscapes, and places that push humans to the edge, subscribe because this is just the beginning. These caves are hidden beneath Greenland's largest glaciers, glowing blue, surreal, and collapsing at any moment. The deeper you go, the quieter it gets, until all you hear is dripping and distant cracking. Explorers enter knowing one shift above could seal them in forever. In 2022, a group of climbers barely escaped when an entire section collapsed behind them. The air inside, thin, cold, and ancient. It burns your lungs. The walls glisten like crystal until they shatter. Would you crawl into a living cave of melting ice? Comment ice trap if this gave you chills. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is home to some of the most violent iceberg births on Earth. When glaciers calve here, it's like a thunderclap. A skyscraper-sized chunk of ice slams into the sea. Tsunamis can erupt without warning, flipping boats and flooding coastlines. In 2021, a tourist drone caught a 100-foot wave rising from a single iceberg crash. The sound? Like an explosion echoing across the mountains. Locals warn, never turn your back on the fjord. Even standing near the edge puts you at risk. Would you dare watch from the shore? Comment crackwave if you'd risk it. You won't see it coming. No dark clouds, just a sudden, bone-snapping blast of freezing air. Pitarack winds can hit speeds over 180 kilometers per hour, tearing down houses and flipping snowmobiles. They sweep down from the ice cap like a ghost, silent until it hits. In East Greenland, entire villages board up before these storms strike. If you're outside, you won't last long. Exposed skin freezes in seconds. Survival isn't about strength here. It's about knowing when to hide. The terrifying part? They often strike at night. Comment ice storm if you'd bunker down or face it head-on. Imagine walking across a glacier, and the ground vanishes beneath your feet. Crevasses, narrow, bottomless ice cracks, are often covered by thin snow bridges. They're invisible until you fall, and once you fall, there's no coming back. One climber described it as falling into silence. In 2019, a solo hiker went missing near Kangerlussuaq. Only his footprints led to a gap. Even rescue teams fear these traps. The cold at the bottom? Enough to freeze your breath into solid crystals. Comment no ground if this one made your stomach drop. These steaming springs are a rare oasis in the ice, but get too close and it turns deadly. Underneath the surface, pressure bubbles violently, and scalding bursts can erupt without warning. The surrounding rocks are slippery, sharp, and unstable. Tourists have suffered serious burns after mistaking shallow edges for safe zones. It's like a trap wrapped in paradise. The contrast of freezing air and boiling water makes steam fog that hides the danger, and there's no medical help for miles. Would you soak or stay out? Comment hot danger. The ice sheet stretches over 1.7 million square kilometers, but parts are melting fast. As it melts, deep sinkholes open, swallowing everything from tents to snowmobiles. The surface can look safe, but it's paper-thin above a watery grave. Worse? Meltwater rivers race beneath, cutting secret tunnels through the base. In some spots, you can hear running water under your feet. If you fall in, you're gone. Fast. Scientists walk in teams, roped together in case one drops. Hey, comment ice sheet risk if you'd step foot on it or not. These aren't just frozen falls, they're hanging blades of death. Massive icicles, some taller than buildings, hang from cliffs in winter. One shift in temperature, they fall like spears. In 2020, an ice climber near Tasiilaq narrowly dodged a falling 20-foot shard. Even the sound of your voice can trigger cracks. They call them whispers of death. Climbers use ice axes, but it's still Russian roulette. Would you climb it? Type frozen dagger if this freaked you out. Off the coast, thousands of icebergs drift, some peaceful, some deadly. They shift constantly, colliding and rolling unpredictably. Boats get crushed like toys if caught between them. In thick fog, they appear like ghosts, then slam without warning. Many have underwater overhangs that can sink ships. Their beauty is a trap. They lure you in, then turn. Locals navigate by instinct, not GPS. Comment floating death if you'd sail through this maze. These dramatic sea cliffs are stunning, but unstable. Jagged rock, thin ledges, and crumbling edges make every step risky. A hiker fell 300 feet after the ground gave way beneath him in 2017. Wind gusts can knock you off balance instantly. But the views? Unreal. Icebergs, whales, endless ocean. It's temptation at its deadliest. Photographers call it the most dangerous shot in Greenland. Would you stand at the edge? Type cliff risk if your knees went weak just thinking about it. Lakes that form on top of glaciers can drain through the ice in hours, vanishing into the depths. 1 minute, you're floating peacefully. The next, water surges into a massive crack and disappears. It creates whirlpools, suction currents, and deadly holes. In 2018, a group kayaking on such a lake barely escaped a sudden collapse. Scientists say these moulin drains can empty Olympic-sized lakes in less than 2 hours. It's like watching the Earth flush itself. Stand too close and you might go with it. Comment melt hole if this one shocked you. So, would you survive Greenland? From ice caves to killer cliffs, Greenland is a land of raw beauty and hidden death traps. Tell us in the comments, which one scared you the most? Would you explore or escape? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Because at Straw Travel, we take you where few dare to go. And next time, we're heading somewhere even colder and darker. Are you ready?